Yes, always start recording before we
Always
start doing
be
anything.
recording. Well, you guys are walking away, so I
Always.
didn't know. And we got our topics for tonight. I think I got my topics going to kind of meld into y'all's, which I'm really excited about. So we'll see. We'll see.
Speaking of that, so I downloaded this app for my phone called Video Leap. It's supposed to be like a really good app to do video editing from your phone.
Yeah?
Right now, I just use like Adobe Premiere Rush, but I'm gonna give this thing a shot and see if it's free. I'm too cheap to do anything else.
Yeah. I don't think you're cheap. You're just poor.
Yeah, it works the same way. Cheapness and poorness go together, but apparently so does really rich people and cheapness. So I mean,
Yeah, I was about to say cheap has nothing to do with being poor or rich. It's just who you are.
yeah.
Yeah, you know it sucks is like when you have a certain light on, you can see like how gross your keyboard is and stuff.
So apparently, I have bogged up my phone with thousands of pictures of. Now I'm out of storage space now. So I'm going through my phone and I'm finding my son has taken billions of pictures of his foot, the leg, the wall. At first, I thought it was like his butt. He's 2, okay? But it's just his leg, like where the crease is. I was like, okay, it's just his knee. I was like, it's a little weird. He kind of freaked me out for a moment there. Dude, I am craving fried pickles. Like, I am just craving fried pickles.
I went from the foot pictures to the fried pickles. I think that's our cue to start the podcast.
They got this.
It's been recording. I'm recording everything because apparently our outtakes are entertaining. I don't know.
They have this place called Willie's in Georgetown.
Yeah.
It's really good. Like, they have some of the best fried pickles. And there's like the little chip ones, like the little chips.
Is that the male version of Hooters?
No. The male version of Hooters is called what is it called? Dingalings or something like that? Or Dingalong? Dong? Yeah, what's it called? There's a name for it, but it's not Willie's though. This place is just called. It's a burger joint up there by the hospital off in Georgetown.
Well, which DeHoffrin, did you watch that video I posted?
I started to. You're right. The first 2 were good, and then it started getting old real fast, and I was like, eh.
Okay. I thought the Zac Efron thing would be like your kind of answer.
Yeah. You didn't hear the second question. No,
Zac Efron. Yeah.
Zac Efron. Yep.
And then it's good stuff right there. Oh. Every time a song comes on the radio at work, because right now we're listening to Christmas music, which sucks. But every time that song comes on, that's all I do all day long. Just go around singing that song. Well, not sing it, just that first part.
I'm lucky. My store hasn't started the Christmas music yet.
You lucky bastard.
Hey, where do you work again?
HEB.
Oh, Trey. I thought maybe you worked somewhere else. Okay, I don't know why I thought that.
I work at a different HEB. I work at the one in Lakeway.
Oh,
no, they're gonna find us now. Our 3 viewers.
Yeah, well.
Oh, that's right.
I'm pretty sure our 3 viewers are literally our parents. And our girlfriends or our wives or husbands. So yeah.
I got a girlfriend. I don't know what the hell you talking about.
I got 3 of them plus
Good
my
for
wife.
You.
I'm thinking about the whole Mormon thing. It seems to be the way to go.
Fuck that noise. All right, let me start this off. Hold on, give me in the frame of mind of my intro. What it do? We are back with another podcast, episode 5.10.11. Right? That sounds about right.
I think it's like number 4.
Well, no, remember we recorded 3 or 4 of them beforehand. And then we had countless sessions where we apparently had comedic gold, but yet we never recorded. I never recorded, so. I recorded this time. I was talking about fried pickles.
And Willie's.
And Willie's.
And ding-alongs.
And singing for you.
Chicken wings,
Mom,
wings,
Dad,
hot dog,
you're welcome for all that. All right, on the mic today we have...
DeHoffrin.
And...
Draco.
And always Chad.
As usual.
So, Let's start off right. Who wants to start off by tickling the fancy?
I'll go. Me
Okay,
first.
Oh, fine. You can take it. I'm super excited about my game. Go ahead.
I'm going to start off with my game. Last time we talked about Hyrule, and we had the fake excitement about it because we had to do the second take.
Someone didn't record it right.
Right. We were so excited the first time. He's like, "Oh, I'm not recording." Like,
yeah.
now we gotta fake it.
I
recorded wrong. Yeah.
So disappointed with it. It looks as beautiful as the original, not the original, but Breath of the Wild. The same animation, the same graphics that I fell in love with is there, but it's more of a different type of game than I'm used to. A lot of people like the Hyrule Warriors series, and it's also based off of another warrior type game where it's one person just you're running around fighting hordes of monsters and enemies. And it's got a little bit of a story to it, but it's not so much the open world exploring that I loved about the first game. And all the mini mazes in the first one aren't there. So I was very let down.
Which doesn't make any sense because aren't those mazes like ancient mazes?
Yeah.
And they should have been there in the game.
Yes.
They've been there for like hundreds of years, according to like the lore in the game. They've been there for like thousands and thousands of years or whatever.
And like I said, I get it. It was a different game style that they're going for and playing, but it just for people like me who haven't been into the Warriors series, it's not the same.
Man. And I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he said he beat the entire game in 20 hours. So they went from making like an open world where you could spend hundreds of hours playing, right? Playing hundreds of side quests and things to do, to streamlining it to making it very linear. In 20 hours, you can beat the game.
So 20 hours is actually good. I bought mine at GameStop, so anybody who buys and still wants to try it out, I still recommend it. I would probably wait till it goes on sale or clearance before I get it. I'm still going to finish it. But they've got this new thing where certain games, if you buy them, if you're not happy with it within 48 hours, you can return it and get store credit. So if you buy it tomorrow, beat it in 20 hours, you can take it back, get store credit towards another game.
It's so cheap, but so awesome. I would do something like that. I would do that.
Yeah.
How long that's going to last before people start before games start this sucks?
Yeah,
Right.
well, and that's what it's there for. I mean, you beat a game that you thought was going to take weeks to play, and all of a sudden I'm done with it in a day or two, and really? This was not what I thought it was going to be, so...
Well, speaking of that, let's ask a question here. What was each one of y'all's most disappointing game you've ever played in life? Like
X-Men. X-Men on Sega Genesis.
Okay,
you had to beat that on, I think, medium or hard, because if you beat it on easy, and I think medium, you get all the way to the end, and the ending, all it was thank you for playing, next time try on a harder level.
Yeah, I mean, that was back in the day when they had enough room on the memory card was for just the actual damn game, not like any cinematics or anything like that, you know?
Yes, but you spend all that time playing this game and you work your ass off to get to the end, and there's not even a little short minute wrap-up of something. It's just, all right, you beat it. Thanks. Try it harder.
My most disappointing game of all time is hands down Mass Effect Andromeda. I remember running out, getting that game, and that's a close first to Dragon Age Inquisition.
Ooh, yeah, Dragon Age was a huge letdown.
No, not Dragon Age. Dragon Age Origins was one of the best games of all time. But when you look at Andromeda, it was a beautiful game. It was beautiful. Storyline was a storyline for me. I'm not really big on a lot of the storylines that people are, because I have too much on my mind. I don't need another drama storyline in my life to like keep up with. Plus all my D&D and stuff like that. I play video games to escape or to do tactics or things like that. But the problem I had with Andromeda was when you're a min-max like I am and you're looking at the game from a min-maxing, like I want to be able to destroy everything, you only had to scan 2 different types of technology and you became an expert. You became the best at it. And then all of a sudden, it's like the rest of the game, the rest of the mechanics, everything like that was just like boring. And it just became repetition. Like, come to these vaults, find these vaults. I'm like, why? Why should I go through the vault? Well, we're trying to save the universe. Again? Did we already do that? So it was incredibly let down. I mean, on the Xbox One, it looked great. The controls were great. The fighting system was great. But it got to the point where you're just doing the same thing over. It's like Mass Effect 1, over and over. And you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. If I have to kill one more boar in the jungle or in the forest, I'm going to kill somebody. Yeah. That was from World of Warcraft, South Park. I guess none of y'all watched that one.
I watched that one.
Killing all the boars.
Yeah.
What about you, Draco?
Okay, so one of my biggest, most disappointment games I have ever played, and I'm a big Halo fan. Like back in the day, Xbox comes out, and Halo 1, 2, 3 were just like amazing games, And I remember playing, like just spending hundreds of hours playing with my family, my friends. But so one day they came out with, I don't know if you remember this, Halo ODST.
Yeah.
Okay. It's $60 for this game. And I remember pre-ordering it and I was super, super psyched. I get the game and 10 hours later, one day, I beat the game. The whole game. On the hardest level. I mean, it was every other Halo campaign game I had played, I would spend, 30, 40, 50 hours to play a game, to play it, to beat it on the hard levels, But this one, it was just like, it was easy. I mean, there's nothing to it. And whenever you went to go play the multiplayer, to do multiplayer, all it would do is take you back to multiplayer for Halo 3. That's it. It didn't have its own multiplayer like the other ones did. It just took you backwards. So it's like a huge waste of money for 10 hours of my life. I literally played the game one day for 10 hours, beat it, and then the next day I was like, okay, let's do multiplayer. And it was the exact same thing as my Halo 3 game. I'm like, well, this is ridiculous. I took it back to the store. I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever played in my life. And I've played 2-bit games that I enjoy more than this game,
Yeah.
And I guess there was another one. There was another one, just probably a close second to it, because the ODST tops it, but the second one would probably have to be like Gears of War 4. Because Gears of War 1
right now, I get it. It's. I remember having so much more fun on Gears of War than I do now.
Yeah, because Gears of War 1, 2, and 3, it has this huge story arc. You're just thrown in the middle of combat. You don't know what's really going on. You're just you play a badass character, and you're just going around and you're just chainsawing monsters, and as you progress, the story gets better, and you spend a longer time in the campaign mode, and you get to learn to love all the characters, and then boom, you get to number 4. But first off, after they made number 3, they didn't say they said that was it. They were gonna make another 4th one, but they did. Okay, you play as their children, right? I don't know if you play. You play as their children. Okay, and I mean it's not like a bad game, but it's just like it's not the same. It doesn't have the same feel as 1, 2, and 3. And then so you play as these 3 characters, right? The children, and then you go to the 5th one, which is better. Which has more of a Gears of War feel to it. Okay, it has more of a Gears of War feel to it. You play as a character that has like very little to do. That's in number 4. So you don't even play as the main character's son like you do in number 1. Number 4, I mean. And so I don't know. So you play as she's a, don't get me wrong, she's a badass. She's a female protagonist. She's great. But it's just like you started number 4 playing Marcus's son, That's you, JD. It's who you're playing, JD. I think his name was JD. Then all of a sudden you go on to this girl who's just like a part, like he's like the Coltrane, you know? From 1, 2, and 3, you played Marcus, right? And then Cole, the Coltrane, he was just a side character. So you go to number 5, boom, you're playing as JD, and then boom, I'm sorry, number 4, you're playing as JD, and number 5, boom, you're playing as something completely different. And JD's just a side character.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. It's like, what I was going to talk about tonight, how much does nostalgia cost? How much is nostalgia costing us? You know, how many times have we bought something with the idea that, well, back when I was younger, I liked this game. You know, back when I was in my 20s or, you know, before that when I was in my teens, I really liked this game. And then it's like we always go back and play either that game or we go back and we play, like, the continuation, and we're let down. Is it let down because we're, like, it's our own fault? Because when you really think about it, are we nostalgic because the game was great? Or are we nostalgic because our life was just easier at that time? We didn't have mortgages. We didn't know, you know, a lot about life, about bills and kids, and, you know, we didn't have, like, all the day-to-day stresses that an adult has. Like, I remember having the time to sit down and just, you know, map out the game on a little piece of paper next to me, or, you know, I had so much free time. You know?
Yeah, I miss those days. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's like, shit, I got an hour a day, maybe. It better be worth it.
Right.
And that's why, for me, nostalgia is actually, it's not sucking for me going back looking at it. It's like, it's not the same. It's awesome, and it makes me happy and as excited as I was when I was little, because it does remind me of when I didn't have to. And when I'm going back to these old games, even though it's for an hour or 30 minutes, I'm no longer an adult with responsibilities and having to work about this. I'm back at that age, reliving and not a care in the world.
Yeah, I had to tell myself, I had to, like, when I started buying my retro stuff, because I like to buy retro things, there's a lot of retro stuff, like, unfortunately, for the Sega Saturn, for example, I'm trying to buy all these Sega Saturn games, not to say I have them, because I want to play them. I'm actually looking at a lot of the games, like, I don't want those. I don't want to play NHL 96 or Mario Andretti Racing. I don't give a shit about that. Like, I appreciate the new Forzas and racing, you know. I don't want to play that. And then going back in the old 32X that I had growing up, I had Star Wars Arcade. Screw that. I'm going to play Squadrons. I want to play Squadrons. I want the high def 1080p, you know, 60 frames per second rendering, all that stuff. I want all that. I don't want the hold the brake. They fly by, shoot them. Yay. I want dogfights. I want that. But like RPGs, no, I'm sorry. The new RPGs are starting to suck. I mean, they're sucky. It's like, I want to buy amiibos, for example, right? And I love the idea of the amiibo. I love the idea of having an amiibo. But when you come down to it, what are you doing? You're just buying it to say, I have it.
That was a huge letdown for me. I didn't know what amiibos were, and I was late to the game until I got the Nintendo Switch. And once I got the Switch, then I started buying the amiibos because I thought that they unlocked cool stuff in the games. And then I went and got the new Super Smash Brothers, and I tried putting amiibos on there, and then all it is you save a character profile that you don't even play. It's just their fighting style that every time you log in, you can fight it. I'm like,
yeah, you're like, whoop-de-doo, Basil, that's great.
Yeah, what next? I went online and I tried buying all these. I had all the Pokemons to get in there and thought, oh yeah, and
it was a letdown.
No,
it was a letdown.
You know, to be honest, I don't even know what the amiibos are, but I heard you talking about it the other day.
Well, the amiibos are just
the
little figurines you buy for that interact with your Nintendo. They interact with your Nintendo. It's a great idea. Again, another thing that Nintendo's just doing that's doing this groundbreaking stuff. I just wish they would just. I wish they would just do it. Like let's have it unlock something. It could be.
It does. So, like the Zelda ones, any of the Zelda ones unlock special gear that you can only get with the amiibo playing Breath of the Wild.
Uh-oh.
There's amiibo for Pikachu, Detective Pikachu, and it
So
unlocks only special
Nintendo
things for that
Switch.
one. For Switch and for the Game Boy
Okay.
or 3DS.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
And it's one of those great idea, and it's cool, but it also, you have to spend money to unlock the special stuff, and once you've got it, all right, now cool figures, you can collect them, but I really thought they were going to be more.
Well, the hard
what
part
they
about
are.
collecting amiibos is the same thing all collectors have. So, in the genre of like retro collecting and collecting in general, do you play or do you collect?
You get two of each.
Yeah.
You get two of each, you know.
Three of each.
Three of each. One to have, one to
One-
display, and one just in case. No, but when you really think about it, like the amiibo, so TJ, they come in, or excuse me, Draco, they come in a box that like a little blister pack, like normal toy would, right? And you just set them on top of your Switch. There's a little spot in your Switch you put on the screen or whatever, and it reads them. Okay. So from a collector standpoint, you're like, okay, cool. I'm gonna put this. It's still in a container on the Switch, and it reads it, but it's just far enough away, or it's got a piece of metal in or whatever, that you cannot play it through the actual case.
That sucks.
So it's like if you get the Ocarina of Time, or if you get like the Zelda, for example, there's a Zelda princess. If you get her, and you're like, man, I really don't want to open her. I want to keep her in the package, just because. It's like, sorry, you want to play her, you have to take her out and actually use her.
Yeah, I can see that. That would. They should have a way to be able to scan it through the package in case somebody wants to keep it.
But that's the thing. Like, I think the nostalgia is really starting to like. That's a question a collector and that's a question a gamer has to ask themselves: is how much does nostalgia going to cost you? Because I know I've spent a pretty penny on the mini systems, and I have not been disappointed whatsoever. Like, I love the fact that companies now, you're gonna love this one, Draco, because you're like me, we're lazy. They make wireless controllers for the minis. I have one for the Sega. I got one for the Super Nintendo and Nintendo. The Super Nintendo and Nintendo one are the same ones. Like, one controller does both systems.
I think that's even better. Yeah, having one controller. If they find a way to do that for every single system I have, Xbox, Nintendo 3DS, Sega Genesis, and just one controller that I can play for all of them, that's a moneymaker idea right there.
Now, what
You're
about
welcome,
you?
whoever
What about you,
uses it.
Draco, with the whole first-person shooters thing? Like, do you ever feel nostalgic and go play one of your old ones?
The only one that really brings nostalgia to me, in all honesty, is
Duck Hunter?
the original Quake.
Oh yeah, that's what started the whole thing.
Because that's what started my whole entire obsession with first-person shooters. See, you guys don't know the story, so let me explain to you the story. For you, DeHoffern, since you don't know. Chaz, me, Lyndon, Kobe. We had a friend named Kobe. We all grew up together. So one day, we snuck into school, because the other ones had computers, okay? And we played Quake for hours upon hours upon hours. And Chaz would have like 70 to 90 kills. Lyndon would have 70 to 100. And Kobe would always win with 100. Always. I always had -1 or less. Because I would fall in lava pits. I would die on a regular basis. And I was extremely competitive. And I hated the fact that my friends, I could not compare to my friends. I couldn't. I would turn a corner and they would instantly just vaporize me, rocket me. I couldn't rocket jump. I couldn't do nothing. So it pissed me off to the point that I literally would spend my entire life playing first-person shooters. So when I come across them again, they'll never beat me at it again. To this day, that's where my obsession of first-person shooters come from.
But see, the one of the things I didn't like about the first person shooters was when they don't have a varying skill level. Like I really feel like there should be a skill level associated to like in Apex Legends, right? If you're
Well,
if
they do
you're
now.
a
They
if
they,
you're
they
a
do now.
if
They
you're
have
a
that now.
if you're a low level, like let's say you're a filthy casual like I am, okay, and I just want to jump on and play for a couple hours every week or a day or whatever it might be, versus the people who spend time trying to be professionals. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't want that. I want varying degrees. Like if you're a beginner and you don't get levels like in Apex Legends, I love how they have levels in Apex Legends. Other games have had them, but no one's ever done anything with them. Put me in the lobby with beginners and dads and moms.
They have it. They have it. They have it in. They don't have it in like Warzone. They don't have it in Warzone. Okay, but in Apex they actually have it.
Yeah, in
It's
Apex
called.
one.
You have to, but other games have it too. So like a lot of games like not Warzone what I play, but like if we go to multiplayer on Call of Duty, they do skill based matchmaking based off of how good you are. Like say if you go to Fortnite, I'll start with Fortnite, the original battle royale. Okay, they got to a point like if you played it right now, you would win your first game, probably your first 10 games, because you're going up against bots who can't shoot you.
Yeah, I
Okay?
doubt that I'll still be able to beat them.
No, they legitimately miss like 99% of their shots.
Yeah,
Okay?
I stand by what I said.
And they do that to teach you to play the game. And as you progress down the game, you'll start to play with actual players who are on your skill level. So like in Apex, you go to rank mode.
Oh man,
you'll
the
start
Ice
off in-
Dragon, he's back.
You'll start off in like bronze, which is everybody of a beginner is in bronze, and then you work your way up. And then eventually you get to around to the area that whether it's your skill level and you're fighting kids in your skill level. You know,
I just and then give me a good campaign mode. Like what do you think about first person shooters, DeHoffrin?
I'm not really big into them. I like story-driven ones, like why can I think of it? BioShock or Resident Evil.
Resident Evil is an amazing series.
Now, when you went and saw the movie Resident Evil in theaters, and the first one, right?
Yeah.
And those weird brain creature that would like climb the walls, did you yell at the screen like a crazy person?
No.
Because I know someone who did.
Run, you fool! Run!
It was really embarrassing because literally he screamed out, "Oh, I hate those!" Because it was, I guess, it's hard in the game. Like they climb walls and kill you and stuff.
Yeah.
Or he was a garbage player,
Imagine.
What about any competitive games at all? Do you play any kind of competitive games, DeHoffrin?
Not really. I used to. I tried to get into League of Legends.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty fun. I enjoyed it when I did it, but I just wasn't hardcore enough to really get into it. I try to stay away from competitive stuff because I get very competitive. I can't play board games with my my family because it'll usually end up in a fist fight. So other competitive games are really dangerous for me.
But what about this? Do you like simulated type games or building games or horror games?
Yeah, Goat Simulator.
No, not Goat Simulator. What?
Yeah,
I love horror games.
Okay. Well, I got a game for you to play. Okay.
Okay.
Right? Now it's a base building type game. Okay, but it's not like it's horror.
It's called Minecraft.
But
7 Days to Die?
No. But it will scare you.
Ooh.
And if you have Xbox, you can download it if you have the Game Pass. It's free if you have the Game Pass. You don't have to buy it. So I downloaded this game called Subnautica. You ever heard of it?
I've heard of it. I haven't actually gotten into it.
So I'm going to give you a little bit about the game, okay? So you're basically on a ship in space. You crash land on a planet. Boom. You're the only survivor that I know of so far because I haven't beat the game yet. Okay? So you're the only survivor. And you have to survive in an aquatic environment on an unknown planet. I think it's called like 454B is the planet or something like that. So you start off by building like a little mini base. And you have to go exploring. And in some places, your field of view is extremely tiny. Like you might be able to see like 3-4 feet in front of your vehicle, and there are creatures that will jump out, grab your ship, and start tearing it apart, or they'll grab you if you're out of your ship. Okay, so I am super impressed with this. I'm already on like 30 hours on this game already, and I maybe have progressed maybe a quarter through the game. The game it's open world. You can go wherever you want. Now, if you get to the edge of the map, apparently there's a giant creature because the water gets real muddy and you can't see anything, and he'll attack you and he'll kill you. So let's say if you're way far away from your base, right?
Yeah.
And you die way out there. Well, guess what? If you're out of your ship, you got to swim all the way back to get to your boat. It does not respawn with you.
Look at that face. Chuck doesn't Offer doesn't give a shit about this game.
So if you're like,
no,
literally,
I do. As soon as he said open world, that got me excited. That tickled my.
I mean,
my
it's
tickle.
serious. This game is amazing. I would give this game like a 9 out of 10 because this is how amazing. The graphics in the game, beautiful. The creatures that are created in this game, the artist did amazing work. Okay, so what you basically you have a device that builds stuff for you. You have a scanner. So you go around, you're going to scan everything to figure out what materials you can use to build stuff with. Certain mushrooms will build hydraulic acids. Certain mushrooms build, certain fibers. It just you gotta go find it. And the game, it's big. It's not like a small open world map. I have gone over 2,000 meters, which is about 10 minutes of pushing the forward button to get to the edge of a map. Okay? All right? And now in this giant square, there's parts of the sunken ship. There's survivor ships. Well, not survivors, but all the ones I found are like dead so far. Okay?
Yeah.
The only thing that bothers me is there's a lack of dead bodies. I know there's dead bodies. I can't see it. So in the beginning, you have to build a radiation suit because you're crashed. You're next to the main crash. And you have to go turn the ship. You have to go repair the broken ship before it destroys everything. Okay? All I remember is there was a timer that popped up on my map that gave me 24 hours to fix the ship. Or else it blows everything up. From what I understand.
Is there a bond
gotta
building in this game?
You gotta get to the radiation. You gotta build your radiation chute. You gotta build a laser cutter. You gotta get on there with a repair tool, find out where to go, and repair it. It's easy to repair, not a big deal. But the hard part is.
Uh-oh.
Pins and needles. Hardest part is.
There's a giant creature just waiting on you.
He doesn't even know he cut out.
Yeah. The hardest part is on that ship.
Yeah,
Am I there? Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Sorry, my wife called. Okay. So the hardest part is on that ship is if you go too far to the back, it's what's called the Leviathan. He'll attack you. Okay? And he's not friendly. He just charges straight for you. And the best part is you don't see him coming. You don't see his ass coming until he hits you.
Sounds like a bitch.
Man, it scares you. I'm playing the game yesterday at 2 o'clock. Well, not yesterday. The day before yesterday was Saturday night. 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm about 600 meters down. I'm exploring something I guess they call the Ghost Lands.
Lands.
And I found like an alien structure. So I'm super excited. I'm like, cool, what's this alien structure? And the warning says, just letting you know, there's life forms inside of this structure.
And?
Can y'all hear me still? Can y'all hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay.
So, I think you just need to answer the phone. She keep calling you.
She probably will keep calling me. Let me finish this fast. Super excited, okay? And I'm sitting there trying to figure out how to get in this alien structure. And all of a sudden I hear this weird noise, and this creature teleports me to it and starts destroying me. And I'm screaming because I only have 20% oxygen left, and he teleported me so far from my ship. And I got to get back to my ship without dying. All these creatures trying to kill me. Dude, I'm telling you, it is an amazing game. I recommend it. It's free to download with Xbox Game Pass. I want you to go and play this, the Hoffren, just because I want your opinion on it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to call my wife real fast. Y'all two keep talking. I'll be right back.
Wait, we were talking?
Yeah. I'm gonna keep going about Subnautica. I love this game. I'm obsessed with this game. I'm playing it right now. Okay. So give me a second. I'll call you. I'll be right back.
All right,
All
now that
right.
he's gone.
Go ahead.
All right. What's next? What's tickling your fancies?
Well, it's kind of hard because what's getting me is I'm trying to really get my handheld game up there because when the family starts wanting to travel, I got to find a way to travel with them, you know?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times like they want to like when we get back to the hotel and stuff, I just need to like recharge my batteries. And I don't know why it took me so long to get into the handhelds. So now it's like getting into the handhelds because Nintendo's discontinued the DS program. So what's tickling my fancy is like going through all these buying guides and finding out like what handheld games to buy, what RPGs to buy. Like it's to me it's a little bit of a daunting task because you're like,
I bet.
yeah, well, that's the hard part. The hard part for me is like, I like good old beat 'em ups, right? Like just I want to.
I'm back, boys.
After this podcast tonight, I'm gonna go lay in bed, start getting ready for bed, and I'm just gonna knock out a couple battles in Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics, or I might play Kirby Triple Threat.
Great game.
Well, not this is the Tactics you played on the PlayStation. This is gonna be Tactics on the handheld.
Isn't it the same game?
No,
It's not.
way different
No,
games.
They never release it the same storyline or the same style when it's on the big consoles versus the smaller. There's always going to be some sort of a difference.
Yeah, I got
So you mean to tell
at
me
the
there's
Fire
two different
Emblem
tactics?
series.
And I'm just now this age learning about this?
Dude, we've been talking about this for a long time. You just don't care.
I just assumed they were the same game.
No. That's why you have. That's why you have to go out there and put yourself out there and like learn this stuff.
All right, I gotta go download an emulator now.
Yeah, right.
Because that's like one of the best games ever. Tactics.
And then I'm perplexed because I bought the Beholder trophy. Go to our channel, look at the video. It's freaking sweet as hell. I only made it 4 minutes long for you ADD people. So none of this. Oh my god, it's an hour. Nope, it's 4 minutes. All right, my shortest video ever. It's not the shortest thing I've ever done ever, but shortest video ever. And they lowered the price.
Yeah.
$100.
It's what, $350 right now?
I paid premium. I paid for shipping and handling, and I paid for it when it was $500. Now it's like $350 with free shipping and handling if you have Prime. So I emailed them like, "Hey guys, what can you do for me?" So like, we'll tell you what, we'll cover your shipping and handling, and we're gonna go ahead and give you the we're gonna go ahead and give you a $90 credit to the WizKids Amazon store.
Oh God.
Yeah. Bitches. That's what I'm going to say. Bitches. Because what the hell can you buy in D&D for $90? So now the conundrum is, do I jump into the tiles? The D&D tiles.
Oh, great tie-in for you. We'll talk about that.
Go.
What's tickling my fancy right now
What do you got?
is WizKids. Speaking of WizKids in tiles.
Oh, God, here
WizKids
it comes.
just announced that they are going to do the Yawning Portal as a miniature playset. It's not coming out till next year, and I'm very upset about that. You tell me something's coming, I want it now.
I want it yesterday. It should be in the mail.
It should be, yeah. But it's all 3 layers of the of the bar.
Yeah.
Plus, you get the portal in the middle. The portal itself lights up, and it's an infinity mirror.
Oh my!
So
goodness.
you actually looks like it's going down forever. And there's a fireplace and a couple of other things on the main level that all light up. So ambient lighting during in-person game setting when you're playing any of the Yawning Portal Tales is just going to be awesome.
So to all of our friends who are listening to this, who played D&D with Dahafren and me, if Dahafren ever runs, you know we're in the yawning portal.
Well, see, that's my other conundrum. I want to start running games, and Yawning Portal would probably be one of the ones that I would love to run, but I love the Yawning Portal so much, I don't want to be in charge of running it. I want to go through it.
No, yeah.
I'll buy the
truly
set.
think that this is like that movie with John Cusack was that guy's figment of his imagination. You know what I'm talking about? It's like Identity or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see you as this in your like you right here right now. But all the characters in the Yawning Portal, all the characters you would make to put in the Yawning Portal, not as a DM but as a player. I mean, granted, there's gonna be a portion of them that are unicorn based. Like some unicorn had its way with some person or creature, which would be the funniest one. Would also be the boringest one. The unicorn and the centaur, because it would just come out as a horse.
I'm gonna make that.
I mean, what do you do with that? You have a centaur and a unicorn. And you're like, well, that's really actually not that big a deal, Because either way, if it's a male centaur or a female centaur, it still makes sense because the sexual part is still, the horse part.
I'm gonna have the cowboy beholder though in it.
Cowboy beholder, that's what I'm talking about. You should make a pun like Cowboy Bebop, Cowboy Beholder, something like that. Oh man, trademark TM Dahafren.
Yeah.
Trademark.
Trademark is mine now. But yeah.
What do you do? What do you do with that?
It fits in with the wizard tiles.
Yeah, no, I got that. But, with the whole pandemic, and now we unfortunately have friends who are now moved away, and we're like, you bastards.
Yeah.
I want to go back to tabletop.
Who moved away? Oh, never mind. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your cousin.
I should know. He's related to me. I should know who moved away.
Bad cousin.
So I'm going to do the thing. I'll have the whole set up, and I'll just video everybody in, and they'll have to... I'll move the pieces for them. Like, you're going here? That's where you go.
I really appreciate you not being super sassy, but that was pretty... that almost went sassy. Well, I'm just going to...
Yeah, I'm going to do it. But that's the other part about this beautiful set, is it is very much a piece that I can display up on a shelf in my room.
Now...
I want the social interaction, man. I can't wait. Start up a game, Chaz. Come on.
Well, I mean, I have games. The problem is that we all procreated, and, no one ever told us after the baby stage it gets harder. There's a gap between being a parent, between, baby stage and teenage years that everyone thinks is, easy peasy. It's not. And you're like, hey, come be a part of my cool hobby. I play with literal figurines that we can paint. And they're like...
And you have to go and tell your kids, don't touch my toys.
Well, okay, hold on one second. I give them their own toys. They have their stuff. They just want to touch mine. Yes, I have a mecca of not touchable toys, yes.
That's the way it works. You have kids. They don't want to eat their food. They want to eat mommy's and daddy's food.
Oh, I stab them with a fork. You touch my food. They get the exact food I get. Everything I get is given to them.
You know what funny story about that? My dad actually stabbed me with a fork when I was younger.
Mine too, and I'm still fat. Don't know how that happened, but still, what do you do? That's that comments to our moms and dads and girlfriends and boyfriends who are watching this. What do we do? Well, no, actually, y'all don't need to comment because all of them aren't supportive of our hobby. So never mind, y'all don't comment.
Just stop playing.
Yeah, who needs
watch your
figurines?
kids all
That's
day and do
stupid.
nothing.
It's an imagination game. It's an imagination? My friends, I'll go away. No, man.
I love it.
I love the idea of the Yawning Portal, man. When we played that one Adventures League singing one and stuff like that, that's something that you would get your local game shop to Well, I think when the pandemic is finally like to the point where we're not going to die for going to our local game shop, according to everybody, I would love to see a local game shop like say let's host a Saturday, let's do a Saturday, that adventure. I think that would be something interesting to do.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know what we're talking about, there is an actual Adventures League sanctioned adventure where singing is a main plot point to the game. And for you, it's got everything for everybody. It's got the singing, the camaraderie. So all the flamboyant, very very theatrical people had their place. There was a great great individual growth. So people like that, introverts liked it. And then the tactical ones, a big old fucking dragon.
Yeah.
At the end.
Hi,
Well,
baby.
it literally had everything. Because it made you have to go through the entire club bar and different tasks, and everybody had their own objectives. And so my group, we had to go down into the portal to fight a dragonborn. So the people who like hack and slash,
Chuck?
they had their thing.
That's Chuck.
There was a thing where we had to go to the cowboy beholder and gamble with him.
Cowboy beholder, huh? You know, you could probably find a woody hat, you know, from like a playscape, and put him on your figurine, your beholder figurine.
I don't know if he was actually a cowboy in the part of the game or if it was just my DM that night decided to put him in a cowboy hat, but that was what I remembered was when we went up to the beholder, he was in a cowboy hat.
What do you guys think about DMs who... Let's talk about that for a second. What do y'all think about DMs who go away from the book or go away from the storyline?
If they're good at it, I love it.
If they're good at it.
Yeah, I think it adds to a game and it makes them more enjoyable for a character, for the players, I mean.
Yeah.
Because in order to be a DM, you have to have some kind of imagination anyway. Because especially when you're playing with people like me who have like...
who get bored and stab? Yes.
No, not bored. Who have like vendettas against, one of their players. And like the time you made the whole entire amazing puzzles, but you forgot about the vendetta between me and him. So as soon as he went unconscious,
I didn't forget. I just didn't think that was going to be a pathway y'all would choose.
Yeah, but it made a really good, rememberable game for all of us. We all loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I didn't want to kill him. I just wanted his ear.
The more imaginative the DM is, the more he's likely to let you come up with your own stuff. Again, I know
I love it.
I always talk about this, but DMs who are very rule miser, and if it's not part of it, even though I could tie it into a storyline, like, no, it's not part of this, so you don't get it.
That's the hard part I have with D&D is people who are like that, because the whole point of playing this game is for the imagination. Nothing should be off limits.
Exactly.
I remember, and this is a PSA DM tip, so everyone mark this down at 48 minutes in. This is something you need to listen to. I really think that every character, every race should be allowed to be played if the mechanics don't make you like a glass cannon, because glass cannons aren't that fun. But if you give the disclaimer to the player, hey, look, you can totally be the Minotaur. That's a great idea. Be the Minotaur. But here's the but. You commit a crime in town, they're going to, what is it called? They're going to know the Minotaur did it. Like, Chuck, let's say you, D'Hoffren, you've made your character's a tavern, right? Your unicorn has been retired, and you make a tavern, and you're making your own yawning portal. So you have diggers digging the pit and stuff like that, all that fun stuff, right? And literally, a Minotaur comes in and starts a fight and stuff. And you point out, it was the Minotaur did it. Do you really think there's a ton of Minotaurs in the town?
Yeah.
So as long as they're aware of that, why not let them play anything? Because one of my favorite players, when they do, is whenever a player it's hard to say it, but whenever a player like completely tunes out the party, and you can see they're just so into their character, so into the storyline, they're so enthralled. They don't play on their phone. They're paying attention. They're involved. That's when you know as a DM you've done it.
You've done it, yeah.
You know, like I love when like we were playing when I was running y'all through the Tomb of Annihilation, and you guys were just like, you were enthralled. Not very many people were playing on their phones. Not very many people were distracted. You guys were. I just sat back and let the tables turn. You try to kill a poor old man who was just an archaeologist in a town. Useless. I get it. But
the poor guy.
Oh yeah, no, and she or he was the time? Was it she? Was that
he?
He.
No, that was a Hofford.
Hofford, okay. He was not bloodthirsty, but he did not suffer fools whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that I think we're gonna go back to tabletops, and I think we're gonna go back to it, and we're gonna still have that tabletop experience and have that fun, like Carlos the Dwarf. You're gonna have that drinking soda, eating pizza, and just having a shit ton of fun with your buddies, being completely just juvenile and jovial.
Oh yeah,
that's just the tiles, man. They're just they keep calling to me. They beckon to me.
And you get the wizard tiles.
Then get them.
It'll tie into my yawning portal.
Yeah,
dude. If I had the space, I would have I would waste my money on so much stuff.
It's not a waste.
So it's a good thing I don't have that space.
Yeah.
Well, I have the space, so if you want to buy the stuff, I'll keep it over at my place.
Well, see, that's not fair. You married a nerd. That's not fair. That's what bothers me. It has nothing to do with anything else, like Mark being reclusive. You just married a person who just genuinely likes all the same stuff you do, and curse you for that. That's not fair.
And I increased my wardrobe by...
Well, hold on. He is like significantly taller than you, so...
Yeah, so that only bad for the pants, but then I just roll them up or I walk on the...
Touche. Here I am trying to argue fashion with you, and it's kind of... If y'all watch the Hoffrins videos on the Bloister Cult channel, you'll understand how funny that is. So, to laugh at it, please go watch our videos. If not, just watch the videos. You'll still laugh anyways how bad they are. But...
And listen to our podcast.
Definitely listen to the podcast, because we are trying to become internet famous.
No, we're trying to meet Cher.
Oh, I don't give a crap about meeting Cher.
That's my thing. You find your own thing. I'm in it for Cher.
I totally do not care about being a celebrity.
Because I want to see the look on your face if you meet Cher.
It would probably be the same if you met Zac Efron. No? Too soon? All right.
No. I was just thinking, like, shoot, that was a funny video, but what if the second half of that question was, would you rather go on a date with Zac Efron or meet Cher? Like, shit. I chose too soon.
Hold on once. It wasn't a date, it was making out. Not a date.
Whatever. Well, when you go on a date, it leads to many other things.
Now we definitely have to hit the
not
always,
made
for children button on YouTube now.
Okay? Not always, okay?
Unless it's a shaboopy.
Sometimes you strike out hard. I'm just saying, okay? I know from experience.
Sometimes you strike out hard.
Oh, I strike out 100% hard, okay?
No, you don't.
There's been many first dates in my life that were my last dates.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, Draco is a man of mystery. Some might say he's an international man of mystery. Some might say he's just a man. But no, he definitely never strikes out. There's always someone desperate enough to be with him. So
I got so many games to play.
Talk about it. I still have to play Squadrons, Red Dead Redemption 2. Game collections get ridiculous.
I got to play the last 2 Final Fantasies. Oh, I'm just so stuck on all these other games.
You just got to stop playing first-person shooters. All right, Hoffman, what was that thing you wanted to talk about? What were you excited about?
Do what?
Starts with Mew.
Mew? Oh,
Mew.
yeah, yes. So the other thing I'm very excited about is GameStop right now has a, I think it's exclusive to them. It's a Mewtwo Deluxe figure, and I wish you guys would be able to see this instead of just the audio. But go to GameStop and look up Mewtwo Deluxe figure. It is a giant statue.
Well, you're going to
with
do an
Mewtwo.
unboxing video and send to me, and I'm going to put it on. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So
there will be
watch
an
our
unboxing
videos.
video. Watch videos. But it lights up.
Oh,
The base-
shoot.
Lights up.
How much was that
I
bad
got
boy?
It was only like $35 because I got it during Black Friday, but normally it's 45,
That's not bad.
40 something. So it's still not bad, especially for the size. I thought it was going to be half the size of what it is, and then on my doorstep was this huge box, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yep, and your husband's like, stop buying stuff. The Amazon
Yeah.
person has been here too many times.
Oh,
I tried to talk him into loaning me the money to get the beholder
Uh-huh.
because I was like, "I'll pay you back. I'll have the money by the end of the month. I'll pay you back. Can you just get it out?" It's like, stop going to Amazon. I'm not helping you with any more of the shit. You want it, you get the money.
Yep,
Damn it.
actually.
There's only 3 left. By the time I get to it, they're going to be gone. Well, then.
You should have
Too
bought it
bad
last
for you.
week.
Yeah.
Well,
So
what do
that's-
you got there, Draco? We only got a couple minutes left.
so I thought they're important, but I did learn something really funny today, which I'm not going to say it to spoil it for anybody. But if you're in front of your computer, whoever's listening, type up loser.com. I typed it up, and I was mildly impressed. So y'all might be mildly impressed as well. And I'm a fan, so I mean, I was laughing my butt off. So if you're in front of your computer right now, type up loser.com.
For a minute, I was about ready to say it sent me to. It didn't take it, but I get the joke.
I figured
Is
y'all
it
might
like
love
turn on your
this.
webcam or something?
What?
Does it turn on your webcam?
No,
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 just type it in.
it's nothing bad.
Liar.
Just type it in. Yeah.
All
Go
right,
ahead, go
let's
ahead.
type it in. Let's see what happens. Loser.com. Donald Trump.
You're not supposed to say anything.
Edit it out. Dude, I was laughing so hard today. I learned
No.
about it on TikTok. I just wanted to share my TikTok experience with you for the day.
Oh my gosh, you do that with Snapchat. Man won't text, won't call, won't write, won't do anything else, but he'll TikTok and he'll Snapchat you all day long.
Well, won't make videos for the Blood Oyster Cult channel, but he'll.
Nope, won't do that either.
It's
But he'll-
over. But they're only like a minute long.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
got
can
tons of
matter.
them.
You could do a minute-long video on the Blood Oyster channel too.
Yep, see?
All right. I'll send them all to you then. I got like 40 of them. I'll send them all to you.
You can come over with the USB drive. Don't send me 40 messages. So, I think we hit the mark tonight. Let's go ahead and start the closing recap. That should take us the next couple minutes. We'll start with DeHoffrin. We all know where he's going to go with this. So sit back, get some popcorn, a little bit of soda, kick the feet up.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Cher, if you're listening, I want to meet you. I would love to meet you. Anybody who knows Cher, please let her know that I am trying my damnedest to find her and meet her. My dream is to one day see her in person and get her to slap me in the face.
That's odd.
Never wash his face again.
That's the first
Never
time we
watched
heard
it yet.
that.
On Netflix, they've got a great show called Julie and the Phantoms. It's very reminiscent of Disney Channel movies and TV shows. The music by itself is great. I really want to see a second season. So just go to Netflix, start watching it, and don't even have to sit there and watch it. Just let it play in the background so that there's enough views for them to pick up a second season.
All right, Draco, what do you want to lead us? What do you want to talk about before we leave?
Okay, and as all of y'all know, I'm poor, So I recently downloaded this thing called PayPal. So whoever's listening, you're welcome to send me $1 or $2 every now and then to fund our podcast, which I will put into not charity for the poor people for my own personal charity. And on another side, if you are watching Netflix or Disney Plus or anything, and you haven't seen The Mandalorian, you're an idiot. You need to go watch it. Baby Yoda's amazing. That's all I got.
All right. Well,
I just got Disney Plus.
I have nothing. I just want everyone to know that the part that you will level up because the party has gained experience. This is your boy Chaz.
Dofford.
The one, the only Draco in any campaign we play in.
Well, have a great night, everybody.
All right, later, y'all.
Later.